YouTube? It's your brother YT. Wake 'em up. Back at it again with another video. Let's talk about this recession. Listen, us here on this channel, we've been knew that we've been in a recession. In actuality, we've been knew we're in a depression, the silent depression. Like I say all the time, nobody's talking about it. It's the silent depression. Now somebody's talking about it. It's Trump. All of the other presidents and administrations before, even him, they've been kicking the can down the curb. This time he coming out and saying, hey, this recession is coming, y'all. Listen, we're going to talk about it more as the video goes on. Family, you already know what to do. And if you're brand new too, thumbs up this video so YouTube can push this content out. Smash subscribe to join the tribe. And ring the post notification bell as well. All right, let's get into it.
Financial markets today roiled by Donald Trump and the chaos he has unleashed on the American economy. The Dow is down more than 2%, around 900 points today, after Trump, in an interview on Fox News, refused to rule out a recession. Watch those comments.
Are you expecting a recession this year?
I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition because what we're doing is very big. We're bringing wealth back to America. That's a big thing. And there are always periods of, it takes a little time. It takes a little time. But I think it should be great for us. I mean, I think it should be great.
Should be great. Markets didn't think so, clearly disagreeing with that. Spooked by what Trump called there a, quote, period of transition. All major stock indices are now below the levels they were when Donald Trump was inaugurated. That may be one reason why in that Fox interview, Trump said this, quote, you can't really watch the stock market, end quote. A sudden about face from the kinds of things he said during his first term, when markets were his most favorite metric. Today's sell-off and investor concerns are focused around one thing, that Trump's policies, which often come with sudden and surprising reversals, is sending the economy into a recession. New York Times reports this, quote, President Trump inherited an economy that was, by most conventional measures, firing on all cylinders. Wages, consumer spending, corporate profits were rising. Unemployment was low. The inflation rate, though higher than normal, was falling. Just weeks into Trump's term, the outlook is gloomier. The sudden deterioration in the outlook is striking, especially because it is almost entirely a result of Trump's policies and the resulting uncertainty. Tariffs and the inevitable retaliation from trading partners will increase prices and slow down growth. Federal jobs cuts will push up unemployment and could lead government employees and contractors to pull back on spending while they wait to learn their fate. Deportations could drive up costs for industries like construction and hospitality that depend on immigrant labor.
Lester, it was the worst day for stocks this year. It's been quite a roller coaster ride, with the S&P 500 losing over 7% since President Trump's first full day in office. The sell-off accelerated as the White House escalated its trade war with Canada, Mexico, and China over recent weeks, underscoring investors' concern about tariffs dragging down the U.S. economy. The brutal day on Wall Street not aided by the president's remarks over the weekend, in which he declined to rule out a recession as a possible side effect of his tariff negotiations. Although it's worth pointing out that the U.S. economy is not showing signs of a recession at the moment, with unemployment still near multi-decade lows. Lester?
Brian, thanks. The trade war stoking some of these worries in the market entered new territory today with fresh tariffs from Canada and China targeting the U.S. Kelly O'Donnell now with that story.
Tariff turmoil, the president's trade war, churning volatile markets and provoking countermeasures from adversaries and friends, including Canada's next Prime Minister, Mark Carney.
My government will keep our tariffs on until the Americans show us respect.
But uncertainty renews anxiety. President Trump did not appear on camera today. That's rare. But he did weigh in on the risks of recession, notably not ruling it out in a Fox News interview that aired Sunday.
I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition because what we're doing is very big.
More from Canada. The province of Ontario hiking energy costs with a 25% tax on electricity exported to more than 1.5 million American homes and businesses.
If the United States escalates, I will not hesitate to shut the electricity off completely.
A new economic punch from China, imposing 15% tariffs hitting the heartland. Chicken, wheat, corn, and cotton, and 10% on pork, beef, produce, dairy, and soybeans. Farmer Josh Gackel sells soybeans from his North Dakota farm, part of $13 billion in U.S. soybean exports to China.
It would be difficult for U.S. farmers to try and get through some type of long-term trade war that affects our bottom line.
President Trump says he will impose more tariffs starting Wednesday with 25% on steel and aluminum imports. Much of that supply comes from Canada. Lester?
Kelly O'Donnell, thank you.
It's the 25th anniversary today of the dot-com bubble crash. There's a lot of concern for a lot of Americans right now about the state of the economy. President Trump has refused to rule out a recession. Secretary Lutnick, however, has told us there will not be one. So can the White House just tell and assure Americans today that there's not going to be a recession?
Well, there's a lot to unpack there. So let me start by saying that, first of all, when it comes to the stock market, the numbers that we see today, the numbers we saw yesterday, the numbers we'll see tomorrow are a snapshot of a moment in time. And as President Trump has said, and I'm here to echo the remarks of this president of this White House, we are in a period of economic transition. We are in a period of transition from the mess that was created under Joe Biden in the previous administration. Joe Biden left this country in an economic disaster. Several statistics to point out. The delinquency rate on credit card loans increased 63% under Joe Biden, hitting a near 12-year high. Under Joe Biden, all net job growth went to foreign-born Americans. Real wages declined by 1.5% under Joe Biden. And as we all know, and this administration continues to combat, prices soared more than 20% under Joe Biden because of his reckless spending and economic policies. So we are in a period of transition from that economic nightmare under a president who had no idea what he was doing, never held a private sector job in his life, into a golden age of American manufacturing under a businessman and a deal maker in chief in President Donald J. Trump, who is implementing the formula that we know works. Look at President Trump's results in his first term. If people are looking for certainty, they should look at the record of this president. That's why the American people re-elected him back to this office. And look at everything that President Trump has already done and his team has already done in just 51 days. The massive efforts to deregulate. Tax cuts, which we need Congress to pass the Trump economic agenda, the Trump tax cuts, which will unleash economic growth. And the president also addressed this directly, I will point out as well, when you look at what he said on Air Force One. And he said he wants the American people to have so much money in their pockets they don't even know what to do with it. That's the intent of this administration, and we're working very hard every day on that goal.
Now, if that were to happen, that would be the best thing to ever happen. But as of right now, it's not looking like it right now. It's looking like we headed towards recession. It's looking like they finally are done kicking the can, and they want to come out and be real. They want to be real about what's going on, man. The economy has been suffering. The job market is over with. There's no jobs out here. Ghost jobs have become a thing to where there's listings but nobody being hired. You know, waiting times are ridiculous like never before. You got to wait years. Mass layoffs. I'm doing mass layoff videos every day. Like, mass layoffs are happening every single day, every single week, every single Monday after Sunday. They're kind of expected at this rate, aren't they? Now we're talking about recession. So, hey, I mean, maybe it got to get bad before it get good, right? Maybe that's the thing. But if not, we ready for hyperinflation and we ready for the collapse.
Earlier today, my financial advisor sent us an email asking how we were feeling about everything that's happening in the markets and if we had any questions or anything. And basically, no. You've heard the phrasing that people who get hurt on a roller coaster are the ones that jump off. So that's kind of our approach, and he agrees too. But he made a comment that I think is good for us to hear, and so I wanted to share it. Above all, expect many news headlines. Even a hint of a recession will lead to a lot of fear-mongering because fear gets clicks. The truth is, we don't know we're in a recession until we're in one, and then they only last an average of 10 months. This means that by the time we know we're in one, we might be halfway through it. It's important not to let the headlines and social media posts make us hit the panic button and have a knee-jerk reaction. So if that helps you, then I hope it does. Stay curious.
So Trump just admitted that a recession is likely. It's probably inevitable at this point. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm confused. I thought we've been in a recession already. Shit been tough for me since 2020. You mean to tell me there's more? God damn. Everybody I know already living check to check damn near. It's gonna get worse? What the fuck? Fucking recession. I already can't buy a house in this damn country. I haven't ate eggs in 2 months. Now this? Tighten your boots, ladies. I guess the roller coaster's going for a big dip now.
There is no reason why I should have woke up pissed off from Southwest Airlines saying that they're canceling their free checked bags. I'm a Southwest advocate, and everyone knows that. I mean, I literally woke up this morning to several DMs because people were sending it to me because I'm always sticking beside Southwest. And it's just like, now I have no reason to stick beside y'all because y'all done pissed me off. Literally last year when they released that they were going to assign seats model, they literally said verbatim that they were not going back on their check bags policy. And now look. And it's just like, I knew that it was cap and I knew that it was coming. And it's just like disheartening to see that y'all lied and went back on y'all word. But it's just like, Southwest, that was such a dumb move for y'all. And it's like, are y'all broke or are y'all greedy? Or are y'all just showing that this is Trump's America? Because y'all are literally showing why corporations are cutting up. Over half of their planes are old and they don't offer charger ports. They don't have video screens to watch movies. You literally have to watch it from your phone or iPad with free Wi-Fi. And that is fine. While we are grateful, it's like, we're going to get better bang for our buck with Delta, United, American, etc. And y'all are literally on the same tier as Frontier and Spirit now. And finally, their new 2024 planes have better seats and finally charger ports, the USB-C. But it's like, that is so late now. Like, we are on to bigger and better. And it's just like, why are y'all so late to the game? Then y'all want to come out with this no check bags? The clientele is about to go low. They literally brand themselves as a family-friendly airline. So what, did that just go out the window? Like... And I'm a Southwest credit card holder, so I still will be flying and I will still get one free check bag. But it's like, y'all just literally messed it up for yourselves. Like, I guarantee they're about to see a decline in their clientele after May 28th. Mark my words.
Maybe they did, in fact, vote in their best interest. Let's just pause. Let's just pause for a second. Maybe we're putting words in their mouths. Maybe we're speaking too fast. Maybe we're just assuming that everybody wants, more job opportunities, a better economy. You know what I'm saying? Rights for all Americans, protections and security for all Americans. Maybe that's what we assume everybody wants. And we could try to come up with all types of reasoning as to why people vote the way they vote. Maybe they're illiterate. Maybe they can't read. They, don't have reading comprehension or whatever the case may be. Maybe if you do look at a state's educational rank or scores or prowess in general, and then look at whether they voted red or blue, maybe there is a correlation there. I don't know. Maybe it is.
Now, the ending part, y'all know I'm not into politics, but I see what's going on. I'm a watchman, right? Maybe it is a correlation. Maybe he got a point there. We gotta put IQ into the equation too, as well as manipulation from media. Mass media manipulates a lot of minds, so a lot of people vote based upon that without even knowing what they're voting for. They vote off of their emotions and what other people are doing and what other people think. And through the ads, whatever ads they see. Most people voted for Kamala just because she was black. Just like they voted for Obama just because he was black. Most black people, let me say that. Most black people voted for Kamala because she's black and voted for Obama because he's black. So it's like no knowledge behind it. If they actually looked into their policies, they would know that Obama was one of the worst ones, as well as Kamala would have been. Now, they all terrible, but it's like, it's a given.
It is funny that when Joe Biden was in office, doing a great job, as the Democrats told you repeatedly, no, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris did not do a good enough job of patting themselves on the back because they were too busy working for you to do that. But as we said during election season and the campaign, look at every marker, it's strong. And it's all strong because specific things Joe Biden did, Kamala Harris did, their entire regime did. And the last month or so before the election, Donald Trump tried to take credit for it. He had nothing to do with any of it, just tried to take credit for it. What's funny now, he's the president, He's taken specific actions that have totally ruined the market, totally ruined the economy, and are scaring the crap out of people going forward for the market and for the economy. So it's clear the economy is tanking specifically because of him. Yet suddenly, this man who was trying to take credit for someone else's work is now trying to blame Joe Biden for the economy. Yeah, how do you have it both ways? How do you, when you're doing nothing, take credit for the good, and when you're doing specific things that are 100% affecting the economy and 100% affecting the market, suddenly now it's not your fault? What I love is that the Republicans will defend it too. They go, see, yeah, he's right. It's like, what are you people doing? And my other favorite thing is this other thing, Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, they keep trying to talk about how in these town halls, which aren't existing anymore because they went so badly for Republicans that they're just not doing them. Even though Democrats coast to coast have town halls all the time where there's hecklers and they just stand tall and they continue it and they answer questions, the Republicans are thin-skinned, soft, weak, so they can't take any criticism. So they're canceling the town halls. But before they canceled them, you were seeing coast to coast in red cities, red counties, red states, town halls with lots of people who voted for Trump clearly pissed. And the party line became, well, they're paid Democrats. No, they're not. They're Republicans that are pissed. What's funny is they never burnished any proof that they were paid Democrats. Why do the right, because it's not the left, we want proof of everything, we take it too far. Why does the right not care about evidence ever? Why can Mike Johnson and Donald Trump and all these Republicans just lie left and right? These are elected officials lying to your face without any evidence. There's no place in life where we accept anything without evidence. Why does the right, and it is the right, accept garbage nonstop without any evidence? I'll never get it. It makes no sense to me, and I ponder this constantly. And I wonder when the hell they'll wake up and go, look, they're lying. If someone has no evidence, it's a lie.
Now, hold on 1 minute, my boy. Now, maybe I've been blind, but I didn't know that Joe Biden was doing a great job. I didn't know that Kamala was doing a great job. I thought there was no president. I thought Kamala was running to try to become president while she was supposed to be the president since Sleepy Joe couldn't do it no more. Maybe I'm tripping, though. Maybe the job market was suffering due to them. That's what I thought. I thought the economy collapsed under them. See what I mean? People get caught into the politics and don't really see what's going on for real. They get caught up in their emotions. But anyway, now look, family, I want y'all to answer me this. I want y'all to be real and honest in the comments. How are y'all feeling right now in your life? Have you been preparing for this moment right now? Maybe you're a prepper. Maybe you've been trying to warn people about this. Maybe you've been paying attention, or are you in shock and don't know what to do and kind of trying to figure it out and go with the flow? That's what I want to know.
All right, so this is an emergency update. It's about to get bloody. It's about to get violent, and it's about to get a whole lot worse. This is your World War III update. 2 weeks ago, I was sitting in this very spot, and I warned you that the markets were going to start to crash that very week. Very seldom do I make time-bound predictions on this channel. I've learned my lesson because often they were premature. But on that day, I just felt it in the pit of my stomach that this was the week. And like Babe Ruth, I pointed to the rafters and I said, this is the week. And I will pin that video in the comment section and post it in the description below for posterity. But I have a real bad feeling that this is the time that they crash it all. I actually think that now. Always in the back of our minds, if you've been in this game long enough, especially in the last 15 years, you're always thinking, okay, they're going to backstop it. They're going to come in. Plunge protection is going to work their magic. Somebody's going to buy the dip. Buffett's going to start buying. Somebody's going to start doing something, right? I have a real bad feeling that this is it. And the real problem here is that 65% of U.S. households have allocation in equities, higher than ever before. And despite $5 trillion being wiped off the map since I made that prediction, crypto liquidated. The S&P 500, $4.5 trillion gone into the ether, into the eternal void of some plutocratic pocketbook. Despite all of that, we're still at 1929 levels of market overvaluation. This thing could crash and burn much, much lower.
I'm going to say this. If we don't get the collapse this year, then they're going to keep kicking the can. That means they have to keep buying more time. Because we know that this has to be the biggest one ever. It's going to be the whole world. It's not going to be like '08. It's not going to even be like the Depression. It's going to be the whole world. This is the Great Reset. We got 5 years until 2030. And that's when the agenda is supposed to be fulfilled worldwide. So I don't personally believe the collapse is right now. I don't. I think they're going to keep kicking the can. It's going to keep getting worse. I think hyperinflation is going to come. The dollar is going to devaluate. It's going to lose its value. And we'll be like Venezuela. That's what I believe. And then there will be a cyber attack, a EMP, whatever you want to call it, right before the new system is switched on, which is the digital system, you know, ran by stable coins now and cryptocurrency as well, right? Maybe they have a CBDC under a different name, but as of right now, stablecoin seems like the thing. But let me know what y'all think, family. If you made it all the way to the end, comment, wake them up. Comment, wake them up. And the reason I like y'all to comment too is so YouTube can push these videos out. And this is how we can help wake them up. I appreciate y'all, family. Peace. And to my Hebrew family, shalom.